Okay, I'm just waiting on a notification, ma'am. Perfect. Boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest with us, one who has already blessed us with some information and inspiration the first time she came on, none other than the incredible Dr. Nisa Islam. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me back again. I feel so honored to be back again as a second guest.
Yes, praise be to Allah. And Ramadan Mubarak, ma'am.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the first question I want to know is for those who aren't Muslims or who don't subscribe to Islam, what are some of the ways that you could explain Ramadan to them?
Okay, so Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. So just like we have January, February, March, April, May, June, all of the months in the Islamic calendar have names as well. And the 9th month is called Ramadan. It's a month of typically 30 days, sometimes 29, but typically 30 days. And it is the month in which the Holy Quran was revealed. And so during this month, Allah asked the Muslims to fast from sun up to sundown. In the Quran, in Surah 2, I think it's 185, Allah asked the Muslims to fast during the month of Ramadan.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And can people who are different faiths, can they participate in the fasting portion?
Absolutely. So fasting is not something that just Muslims do. Christians fast, Jews fast, and so there are other faiths that fast as well. And so anyone that is interested in fasting with the Muslims are more than welcome to fast with us. The fast is from sun up to sundown, no food or drink, nothing between those hours. And if you don't want to, you can feel like you can't do the whole thing, fast for half a day, fast for 4 hours, fast for 5 hours, do a portion of it. That's, acceptable as well.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And for those who are Muslims, what is the power in fasting?
So fasting, the reason why Allah asked us to fast is for a variety of different reasons. Number one, fasting means that you are denying yourself the natural desires of food and drink. To eat and to be thirsty and to be hungry is a natural desire. But you are saying that I'm going to control my body and control these natural desires. And to also be able to control these natural desires allows you to be able to control other natural desires that people have that sometimes they give into. And so fasting helps to build discipline. Fasting also helps to bring you closer to Allah, because during the month of Ramadan, the Muslims are encouraged to read the Holy Quran. There are 30 days in the month of Ramadan, and there are 30 parts to the Holy Quran, what's called a juz. And so the Muslims are asked to read one juz a day, and this helps to bring you closer to Allah. Ramadan is a time for reflection. Hopefully we start Ramadan one way, we end Ramadan another way. Hopefully we end Ramadan a better Muslim, hopefully not a worse Muslim, because we're taught we don't argue, we don't fuss, we don't get into disagreements, bitterness, all of that, because it's a holy month of Ramadan that families get together, families socialize, have interactions. And of course, the pandemic has changed where all of this looks, but it's really a time to celebrate, number one, that the Holy Quran was revealed during this month. That's a major celebration, yes, but also to read the Quran and get closer to Allah.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much for your answer. My sister Naima sends the greetings. Lauren Arnold sends the greetings. So Sabira, Sister Miriam, so many people. Thank you all and continue to like, share, subscribe to People's Podcast. My next question for you is, ma'am, what about the power of prayer? How important is that for us as Muslims?
So the power of prayer is so very, very important, because the prayer is a part of worship. And one of the things that I said this morning on the Ramadan prayer line is that when we worship Allah, we get all the benefits. Allah, of course, wants us to worship him, but we get all the benefits. It's like prayer is like having this jackpot full of blessings.
Yes, ma'am.
And all you have to do is pray. And to get closer to Allah, Allah doesn't even know who you are unless you are praying to him. How would he know how to answer you? How would he know how to give you what you need or what you want if you do not have a connection with him? And so the Muslims are taught to pray 5 times a day, because we want to have a balanced life. We do not want to have a life that is so busy, that is so overcome with things to do that we can't take 5 minutes out of the day to say, you know what? I got to stop and I have to worship my Lord.
Yes,
because I'm so grateful, my heart is still beating and I have to do nothing to keep it going. I'm so thankful I opened my eyes this morning and I didn't have to click a switch. I didn't have to plug in a generator. I didn't have to do anything but allow bless my eyes to open. Let me stop and praise God and just say thank you, Allah, for allowing me to have another day. And so we just want to be able to take 5 minutes, 5 times a day to worship Allah. And the thing is, as I tell people, we worship, but we get all the benefits.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Excellent, excellent. And for those who do not call themselves Muslims, how important is prayer to them, and can they participate in the prayer portion as well?
So, there are multiple different faiths that pray in a multiple of different ways, shapes, and fashions. And so prayer still has the same outcome. If you are praying to the God of your understanding, then know for surety that he's listening and the worship is for God, but the benefits are all for you.
Praise be to Allah.
The thing is, you don't want to just have a relationship with God when you're in trouble. You find yourself in a mess and it's like, oh my God, let me say something to God, because it's like, wait a minute, Joker, who are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we want to be able to worship God with the good and the bad.
Praise be to Allah. Excellent. And thank you all for continuing to watch the People's Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. My sister Naima wants to know, for young children, what can they do since they aren't able to fast to still have some rituals or to have some type of, to feel included during Ramadan?
So there's some really amazing things that parents can do with their children. I'm going to give you a few, and then I'm going to direct people to a magazine called CHAH Magazine, CHA Magazine, Create Heaven at Home Magazine. And it has a whole article by my daughter, Majida Muhammad, of 10 things parents can do with their children for Ramadan. So I'm going to share with you a few things off that list. Number one, decorate your house and use a countdown calendar, so that they know Ramadan is coming. This is before Ramadan. And then when you're there, decorate your home. There are all kinds of decorations that are out there for Ramadan. It was interesting. I had 3 of my grandchildren this weekend, my youngest grandchildren, Nasser, Haq, and Molly. And so when I was dropping them off, Majida and her husband Kabi have their house all decorated. And so, Molly said, we have Ramadan in my house. And that was because her house is all decorated. Now my house is not decorated. So she could easily tell the difference. She was like, we have Ramadan at my house. And she's 3.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
The decorations, of course, made a difference for her. The other thing is create an Alhamdulillah poster. Explain why it's important to be grateful for things from Allah. And then put Alhamdulillah at the top of the poster and have your children think of different things they are grateful for. And write it on the poster. Today we're grateful for this. Today we're grateful for this. And another thing they can do is help you cook sahur and iftar together. Let them know the significance of these important meals. Now, they may not be up as early for the sahur, the meal before we start fasting, but definitely include them in fixing the iftar meal after we break our fast. And I'm sure children would love to be involved with cooking. And so, those are 3 things, but definitely check out CHA Magazine, CHAH Magazine.com. And it has a whole list of 10 things you can do with children.
Praise be to Allah. Excellent. And thank you all for your comments, and please continue to like, share, and subscribe to the People's Podcast. How has how has your sleeping pattern been affected, and should we care that if our sleeping pattern is thrown off during Ramadan?
Well, the thing is, Ramadan is only 30 days. And so it's not like it's an eternity, but definitely my sleep pattern is off because I'm getting up earlier, for perhaps something to eat or something light to drink, something light to eat and something to drink before fasting starts. And that's at around like 4:30. And so I definitely don't usually get up that early. And then also the Ramadan prayer line starts at 5. So I'm definitely up early and my sleep pattern is definitely off.
Yes, ma'am. Great. And thank you all for your comments. And please continue to write your questions in the chat very much. Dr. Nisa, we have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast.
Okay, not a problem.
Yes, And I want to just make sure we give our quick sponsorship to all of the, there we go, there we go, perfect. A quick shout out to all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. If you all are watching and would like to be a sponsor, please cash at the People's Podcast. Thank you very much. Hold on one second, Dr. Nisa. Here we go. And perfect. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay, we want to start off with my brother Rashad, Street Premier Media. She has ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. My sister Naima, Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. We love our tiny dancers. Also, MTS Car Bros, any make, any model, any year. Thank you all very much. Make sure you reach out to them for your car support. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you anywhere in the country. Sister Latasha Muhammad, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the shirt, especially during this Ramadan. Our brother Enoch, Hip Hop Detox, is a public health vehicle that empowers and holistically assists youth and young adults to critically think, holistically listen while making healthy lifestyle choices in middle school and high schools all across the country. Our brother Dr. Robert Muhammad, Why Does My Back Hurt? And Additional Health Tips and Guidelines, his new book on Amazon, Why Does My Back Hurt? And Additional Health Tips from Dr. Robert Muhammad. Thank you very much. Sister Kanika Yakub, CBDM Mom, self-infused care line with the oils and all of the creams. Thank you very much, Sister Kanika. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services out of Chicago. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Thank you very much. 1 second, I'm coming right back to Dr. Nisa. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, perfect. Are you there, Dr. Nisa?
I am here.
Okay, great. Okay, Dr. Nisa, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, I apologize about the breakdown. I'm sorry, the Wi-Fi just went off a little bit. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Okay, yes, ma'am. My sister Miriam wants to know, what is your most memorable Ramadan moment and why, ma'am?
I think a memorable Ramadan moment is, I guess starting the Ramadan prayer line is memorable because I really started it to help my children, stay Muslim while they were away at school. So, of course, your Uncle Chip and our children, we're like aunts and uncles to each other. That's Brother Jamil. And yes, so our children were away at college. Leonard was at college, Nasser and Majuda were at college. And of course, that's like almost a parent's nightmare. Like, what are they going to be doing? Hanging out, scrap Islam. We're not going to be doing anything. So I wanted to have something where we could connect with them in the morning during Ramadan to kind of give them some spiritual inspiration to start their fast. And so that's how the Ramadan prayer line got started. Something for our children to hang on to help them stay being Muslim. And it has just grown overnight since then. From the first day, we had like 50 lines, and we knew that was way too many lines. It's only going to be about 10 of us, but the first day it was full. The first day people were texting me like, I can't get on the line. I can't get on the line. I was like, what line are you talking about? And it has just, blossomed and grown ever since. And so I just tell people, if you have an idea to do something for good, follow it, because you don't know how Allah is going to bless you for your idea to just take off and grow. Like, look at your podcast. You would never have thought it would become this, phenomenon that it is now, but you just went on an idea that you were blessed with, and it, continues to grow.
Praise be to Allah. Allahu Akbar. Yes, ma'am. And thank you again, Dr. Nisa. And so many people are saying thank you for the prayer line. Thank you for.
Oh, wonderful! No, thank them, because we'll be nothing if we didn't have any listeners. So we're so very thankful for everyone that tunes in the morning.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. For those who are doing the reading, is that something that should be just between you and Allah? Is that something you can do in a group setting? Something you do on YouTube? Use the app, or is that just something you got to do by yourself?
All of the above. You can do it by yourself. You can do it in a group. Yes, you can do it on an app. I mean, that is just the mercy of what Allah has blessed us with, so many different ways to connect with Him. See, really, all of the things that we are supposed to do as Muslims can be seen by other people. When you make prayer, if you go to the masjid or whatever, people can see you make prayer. If you're giving in charity, people can see you do that. If you're a Muslim, people can see that about who you are. People can see that. If you make Hajj, people can see that. Ramadan is the one thing out of the 5 pillars of Islam that is just between you and Allah. Nobody knows if you're fasting. Allah is the only one who knows. No one knows if you are breaking your fast. No one knows if you're reading the Quran. It is only between you and Allah. And that's really the beauty of it. It helps you to grow closer to Allah, because it is the one thing out of the 5 pillars of Islam that is just between the believer and his Lord. It is just between you and Allah.
Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Okay, great. And I want to thank, so many people are saying thank you. Some people showing love. Thank you. Thank you. We love you, Sister Nisa. Some people just showing love in the comments. And once we put on
wonderful.
YouTube,
I love them back.
Praise be to Allah. Well, I want to thank you for giving us some powerful information as well as inspiration. And may Allah bless you and your family to have a blessed Ramadan, and everyone who is watching as well. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Beautiful.